Let's go! Come on! You said it's year 3, right? It is.
Something took place at the Indiana Fever practice facility recently, and the moment it surfaced online, it began spreading faster than anything this fan base has witnessed in a long time. A brief clip showed Caitlin Clark training inside Gainbridge Fieldhouse. No official statement, no press conference, no stage media rollout.
Do you want to play mermaids?
Yeah.
Okay, you go. Can you see?
Only clips of a woman who spent 8 exhausting months away from the sport she adores, returning to the court appearing like an entirely transformed force of nature itself. And viewers who witnessed it completely lost their minds instantly, because what they were seeing was not the Caitlin Clark of last year's injury-filled nightmare season, and it wasn't the slim, whip-thin rookie who walked away from the Iowa campus in 2024. What they were witnessing was something nobody had fully predicted, and something putting the entire WNBA on notice heading into 2026 right now.
She's got it. Yeah, let me have you turn a little to your right. Okay, hands, yep, go ball on your hip. There you go, thank you. Awesome, are you kind of silent yell or something like that?
To fully grasp where Caitlin Clark is today, you have to trace everything back to the start, because the version of her who entered the WNBA in 2024 was, in her own words, an entirely different-looking person altogether right now. She has been open about describing her freshman year at Iowa as looking, in her words, like a small twig, long, lean, lanky, pure skill and no muscle to speak of. And even as she became the most dominant college player in the country, even as she was breaking scoring records and forcing the entire nation to pause what it was doing just to watch her play, her frame stayed relatively slight.
The conversations we had about it was almost too many in a way, but it's a big decision, so it's like not one you want to mess up. I think the main things about Iowa that I liked is, one, doing something special that's never been done before. I think that was super important to me, and 2, I'm really close with my family, so I wanted to be close. I wanted to have them at all my games, not just my immediate family, but my aunts, uncles, cousins, and having family friends there too was important to me. And on my visits, I really got along well with the coaching staff and all the girls, so I thought that was really big for me too.
She stood 6 feet of pure shooting mechanics and basketball intelligence, not a powerhouse built to bulldoze through contact. Her game was built on footwork, angles, and a rare feel for reading the floor, slipping through pressure instead of absorbing it. That was the player who entered the WNBA. Fast, light, electric. A guard who beat defenders with thought and timing rather than strength or force. And in her rookie year, that frame absorbed a harsh reality. Because in the WNBA, physical defense isn't optional. It's simply part of the game. Her 2024 rookie season was statistically jaw-dropping in every way. She averaged 19.2 points per game, led the league in assists, and established the all-time single-season assists record in the WNBA while doing so, She captured Rookie of the Year in a landslide, earning 66 of 67 possible votes. She became the first rookie since Candace Parker in 2008 to earn all WNBA first-team honors. All of that came in a lean, wiry frame she carried with her out of Iowa there. But here is the thing. Observers watching closely could see the wear on her. Every drive to the rim brought contact with. Each time she stepped on the court, physical defenders were already waiting for her. The league had studied her game closely. They understood she still lacked lower body strength to withstand contact and stay healthy through a full professional season. Her talent was undeniable, and her future looked generational. But her physical foundation still had room to grow. Caitlin Clark recognized that clearly. So when the season ended, she immediately went to work on her personal development path. The first indication that something significant was unfolding arrived in March 2025 during the Big Ten Women's Tournament. Clark was sitting courtside supporting her former Iowa Hawkeyes, and during a tense stretch of play, she stood up, threw her fists in the air, and every camera in the arena captured the exact same moment at once. Her arms. Her clearly, undeniably, dramatically changed arms. Sports photographer Bree Lewerke posted the image on X and simply wrote, "Well, someone's been in the weight room." This was not just a slightly firmer jawline or slightly broader stance. This was Caitlin Clark clearly, intentionally, and significantly transforming her physical foundation in the months after the WNBA season ended. Bigger shoulders, fuller arms, an upper body that looked built specifically to handle the physical punishment of professional basketball at highest level. The basketball world took notice in a big way.
Tell in December that obviously Caitlin Clark was going out of her way to try to put on some mass, some bulk, all right? And frankly, who could blame her after the way last season went, her rookie year, because you could tell there was a lot of women that were just flat bigger. Even if they were as tall, they were just bigger and looked like a more mature kind of body type that you would expect in a professional basketball.
Heading into the 2025 season, excitement around Caitlin Clark was massive felt. She had done all the work. She had built real visible muscle. She had devoted her entire offseason to intense weight training. Fans were energized. Analysts were saying this was Indiana's true contending year season. And for a time, it seemed like that version of the story could actually play out. She emerged looking stronger, more physical, harder to dislodge from her spots now, and that was just the beginning. She returned, played brilliantly, dropped 32 points on June 14th to remind everyone exactly who she was. Then on June 24th, a left groin injury occurred. 4 additional games missed. Then July 15th in a game versus the Connecticut Sun, Clark grabbed her right groin and left the floor. That one never went away fully. That one finished her season entirely.
Caitlin, what's the status of your health right now, and what specifically injury-wise between the ankle and the groin was it that prevented you from coming back this year?
Yeah, honestly, I've been working really hard to get back to full health, and I feel like probably over these last couple of weeks is when I've probably started feeling my best. Obviously, my ankle kind of didn't allow me to really see where my groin was at. It was, I think, my second full court workout back when we were in, I don't even know what month that would have been, but I just went to kind of make a move, and unfortunately, my ankle completely rolled all the way forward, and probably one of the worst sprains I've dealt with.
The official statement arrived on September 4th, 2025. Caitlin Clark was out for the season. She had appeared in only 13 games out of what should have been a complete season schedule. On social media, she wrote, "Disappointed isn't a strong enough word to express how I'm feeling. I had hoped to deliver a more positive update, and you could feel every word of that. This was a player who had gone all in on physical preparation. She had given everything to the weight room. She had added muscle and bulk specifically to handle the physical demands of the WNBA. But instead of that added size protecting her, instead of that change becoming the intended solution, her body broke down through a series of injuries nobody fully expected to unfold like this all. Left quad, left groin, right groin. Then a bone bruise found during recovery. The 2025 season became a painful reminder that there is a version of physical development that helps you, and a version that puts too much stress on joints and connective tissue that are not yet ready to carry that load. Clark had moved from lean rookie to heavily bulked sophomore in a very short time frame, and the body said enough. The season was gone. The All-Star game in her hometown of Indianapolis, gone event. And suddenly the whole conversation around Caitlin Clark shifted from excitement to real concern.
I've been trying to call. I've been on my own for long enough. Maybe you can show me how to love. Maybe I'm going through withdrawals.
8 months had passed since Caitlin Clark stepped away from competitive basketball altogether. 239 days, precisely speaking exactly. And in that span, something intentional took place. The very sports world that saw her bulk up began noticing the reverse shift. Clips started spreading through late 2025 and early 2026, showing Clark appearing noticeably leaner now, fresher, more resembling the player who once lit Iowa up for 4 years. The huge arms and bulked shoulders from the 2025 offseason vanished. That is not simply a passive outcome of not lifting during rehab. That is a basketball player analyzing herself, going back through film, comparing Iowa version against 2025 version, and choosing professional direction based on it. The long, explosive, fluid version that worked for her at the highest level of basketball performance, and it proved to be true again now. She was returning to what worked again. And viewers began to believe one key thing. The real Caitlin Clark was returning to form again now. Then Team USA arrived, and everything finally snapped sharply into focus there now. In March 2026, Caitlin Clark made senior international debut at FIBA Women's World Cup qualifying tournament held in San Juan, Puerto Rico event. And she didn't ease into it either. Against Senegal in the opening game, she exploded for 17 points and 12 assists in 19 minutes, recording the second most assists ever in a FIBA Women's World Cup qualifying game history there. She led the tournament in assists overall. She averaged 11.6 points and 6.4 assists across 5 games. She shot 52.9% from field and 40% from 3 overall. Team USA finished 5-0, a perfect record. And at the end, FIBA awarded Caitlin Clark the tournament MVP trophy honor there. Her first senior international tournament, MVP. The scoring number itself is not even the point. The way she moved, the way she controlled tempo, pushed pace, threaded passes before defenders could react, that was the real point here. That was Iowa Caitlin Clark, truly. That was the Caitlin Clark who earned Rookie of the Year. That was the Caitlin Clark the WNBA had been waiting to see again now. And she looked healthy, confident, completely at home in her own body. The 239 days of work had paid off. Then the 2026 preseason arrived, and the internet erupted into complete chaos mode all over again online. Photographer Brie Lewerke, who has documented Clark's journey since her Iowa days, showed up at the Fever practice facility in late March 2026 and posted zoomed-in practice shots. The images spread widely within hours. Defined arms, upper body strength that was clearly visible but did not look heavy or stiff, a frame that looked athletic and fast rather than bulked up and restricted. Fans were reacting in their thousands, and a former teammate saw the photos and described her reaction as drooling. That reaction shows something real, because what people were seeing was not just a physically transformed athlete. They were seeing someone who had found the right version of themselves. Not the scrawny rookie who got roughed up every game, not the over-muscled sophomore whose joints gave out under the strain. This middle ground, this trained, powerful, but lean athletic frame is what Clark herself seems to have been searching for since she entered the league. And to see her actually get there after everything the 2025 season put her through is genuinely stunning. Clark herself addressed the reaction on an NCAA broadcast, laughing and saying, "AI is getting out of control," confirming she had seen all the noise and that the training was very real. Here is what all of this ultimately adds up to, and it is worth stating clearly and without any unnecessary hesitation. Caitlin Clark is 24 years old. She has spent 3 years in the professional environment, one as a generational rookie, one as a cautionary tale about what occurs when physical transformation outpaces the body's ability to adjust, and now one as a comeback story that appears more convincing with every passing week. The version of her that the world is seeing in April 2026 is not an accident. It is the product of 239 days of focused rehabilitation, smart physical recalibration, a dominant international performance that confirmed the elite basketball is still absolutely there, and a mindset that has clearly moved beyond the devastation of 2025. She told NBC's Maria Taylor earlier this year, "I was just revisiting some clips from my Iowa days, and I can see how much my body has developed, and I think it's for the better. More than anything, I'm just eager to get back on the court and feel like myself again. Feel like herself again." That phrase tells you everything, because the Caitlin Clark who feels like herself, the one who is moving freely and explosively, are waking up to the very real possibility that the real Caitlin Clark is not just back. She is here to stay. And this league is about to feel every single bit of it.